What you reppin'? Where you at or where you from?
Giannis just pulling with everybody.
As badly as you play, this game is winnable. Milwaukee better start paying attention now.
Ain't nobody that could hold me down. This right here.
The Celtics lead. They were down 14 early in this quarter. Giannis gets the layup, giving Milwaukee a 1-point lead. Smart puts it up. No! Tip won't go. Another try. Horford, no! He tips it in, but it's afterwards. The game is over.
Game 3 was Giannis's 5th career playoff game with at least 40 and 10, the most in Bucks history. The only players league-wide with such games over the last 25 years, some guys named LeBron and Shaq. Giannis wasn't sure if he should say more about Game 3.
Mr. Dan, is Mr. Dan here? No? Barry, how much does it cost if I say something, a comment about the ref? Is it 20,000? It's a lot of money, eh? So I should not do it. I save my money, I gotta pay for diapers.
There is never an issue when it comes to saving money, especially when it comes to 20,000. Am I right, Jalen?
Giannis like, get your hands out my pocket. I ain't mad at him. Plus, he played with his older brother, so it totally makes sense.
Exactly. So, Jalen, after struggling from the field in the first 2 games of the series, how did Giannis bounce back this afternoon?
He continued to attack and didn't settle. Early in the game, he shot a couple of threes. He missed a couple of free throws, but he didn't stop being aggressive. He played like a guy that's a defending champion, somebody that's been MVP of this league, and somebody that's very much the unstoppable force that we have in the game, the best player in the NBA. As he strides through the entire Boston Celtics defense, it doesn't matter who's guarding him, an equal opportunity employer. And now all of a sudden he wants to make his teammates better. Drive, kick, and that's Wesley Matthews, the guy that's making threes, who was also in the jersey the entire game of Jason Tatum.
All right, speaking of Tatum, he shot 4 of 19 from the field this afternoon. What did you see the Bucks do differently to slow him down today?
Wesley Matthews, he was 0 for 10 when being guarded by him. Took away his airspace, took away his legs, did a great job of contesting everything, and he stayed poised. He didn't do a lot of gambling. He didn't do a lot of fouling. They stayed in front of him. Drew Holiday fighting over and under screens, doing the dryer, getting over and under the screen with the contest. And Giannis with the rebound, getting the team on transition. Here playing without fouling, making a play in the crowd, getting the defensive board, getting out in transition. Frustrating Jason Tatum the entire game, along with Marcus Smart. The Milwaukee Bucks took this game on their home floor.
My man knows his basketball, and he's also got the crispiest hairline in the game. Jalen Rose, thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, family.
A comment about the ref. Is it 20,000? I save my money, I gotta pay for diapers.
He's a big kid now. Max and Kevin with you on SportsCenter. For those of you who just watched grown men and women punch each other in the face on UFC 274, there were gut punches in the NBA, metaphorical ones.
Yep.
But the point is, Ja and the Grizz, they're warriors.
Left a shiner on the Dubs there in Game 2 in Memphis, much the way the Celtics did to Milwaukee, Game 2 in Boston today. Chance to flex their muscles again against Giannis and the boys. Game 3, both teams were nothing if not rested, right? 4-day layoff with the Eastern Conference semis even at 1 apiece. Giannis got off to a good start early in the paint. He dominated 6'11", 242 pounds of Greek god, people. Like wrestling a tank trying to stop him. 20 points in all in the first half. Second quarter, Drew Holiday turns it over. Jason Tatum the other way. Giannis bangs into him. Tatum's down. He's grabbing that left wrist. He would stay in the game, but he was not himself, and that was a huge, huge story in Game 3. Third quarter, Bucks down 1. Giannis let a Palais off the window and 1. Bucks in front by 2. Just over a minute later, too fresh to be stale. Made it a 4-point Bucks lead. Midway through the third, now an 8-point game in transition. Giving it up, Holiday from Giannis and shimmy, shimmy, ya. Look at the gorgeous feed and the celebration of himself. Bucks led by 13 heading into the fourth, but hang on, here come the Celtics behind. Al Horford. Yes, Al Horford. 4 of 7 from behind the arc in this one. Made it a 4-point game. Really turned back the clock in this one. Horford went for 22 points, 16 rebounds. Boston is within 2. Under 3 to go. It's a 1-point Buck lead. Antetokounmpo, 16 of 30 from the field, 42 points in all. 6th career 40-point playoff game. 20 seconds to go. Holiday really looked for his in this one. Gets the home roll. He had 25. Bucks by 3. Trying to hold off Boston. 11 seconds to go. Jalen Brown looking for space. Eventually gives it up to Marcus Smart, who is fouled, and that was awfully close. We watched this live without makeup on. We thought it might be 3. Here's Smart.
What you guys see? I would like somebody to answer that. I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, it's not like he got me when it was down low. I was already in my shooting motion. I thought it was 3 free throws. They said it wasn't. They didn't give me any explanation. When I went to ask, they looked at me funny, went to the free throw line.
Looked like he was in the act of shooting. They ruled it a 2-shot foul. He made the first, intentionally misses the second, gets his own, and then how many opportunities did Boston get? Horford at the buzzer. It goes down, and the Celtics think they forced overtime, but they would, of course, review it, take an extra look, and clearly the clock hit zeros, the red light on before the ball leaves Horford's fingertips. The Bucks take Game 3, 103-101, take a 2-1 series lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. What a performance from Giannis and Drew Holiday, who combined for 67 of the Bucks' 103 points in Game 3. Milwaukee relied on both heavily. They became the first teammates each to shoot 30 times in a playoff game since MJ and Scottie in 1993. Holiday and the Freak were the first to do it in a regulation playoff game since 1965. Giannis on those guys wearing gray jerseys.
I just got to play through it. We all got to play through it. There's going to be sometimes they're going to call it, sometimes they're not going to call it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's what Drew said. It's playoff basketball, and it's going to be a little bit more physical. But you know, if you're about that, you're about that. If you're not, you're going to shy away from it.
Yeah, intent was not the foul, but I think I just jumped out a little bit too much, and felt like Marcus was still faced toward the sideline. So a little bit of luck, huh?
How did you see that play where they called Marcus? I don't want to give him 2 shots.
It was a foul. It was a foul. He caught the ball. He's turning it into a shot. Both feet set. You can't say that's a sweep like that, and you're going into a shot. So, poor call, poor no call. It's one of the ones that stand out, but just a little bit too much. I mean, let me talk to the refs. Let them be at the refs, and let's keep playing. We invite that physicality and don't want to be the team crying about it.
Intense game, so a lot of ups and downs. Some calls didn't go our way. Obviously, we upset about that, but it's over now. You move on.
And they move on down 2-1. Jason Tatum, 4 for 19 from the field in Game 3. Second lowest field goal percentage in a postseason game in his career. He was 0 for 10 when guarded by Wesley Matthews, the most misses without a made shot by any player against a single defender in a playoff game since 2014. Game 4 is Monday.
All right, let's get an update for you. Ja Morant is averaging 40.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 9 assists in the first 2 games of the series. He joins LeBron as only players to average 48 and 8 through the first 2 games of any playoff series. But early on, how about Jaren Jackson Jr. hitting the 3 from deep? He's got 10 so far. Later in the first, same score. Ja is 4 of 6 from deep land. So dangerous when his jumper is hitting. Let's go to the second quarter. Warriors leading by 1. Great passing leads to Jordan Poole. What a surprise Poole has been this season. The third member of the Splash Brothers, 9 off the bench for him. Later in the second, Warriors up 6. Curry driving, making the finger roll and the foul. And then finally, the closing seconds of the second quarter, Warriors up by 10. Morant, he's leading the way with 21. And the Warriors have the lead right now, 80-63. Coming up, Jalen